So welcome to Too Old and Too Slow. And in this special episode, I get to talk to an American racing driver who's come over to Europe to start his career. So at the Walter Hayes Trophy, you get lots of different types of people coming here, and they come from all around the world. There's 90 cars and drivers from many, many different countries. And I get a chance to meet Jason Pribyl, who's an American driver who's moved over to Europe earlier this year to really springboard his career. So I got a chance to sit down with him and talk about what he's doing and what his career. And I think after you see this interview, you will realize that he's got a really good future ahead of him.
Yeah, so I'm Jason Pribyl. I'm an American driver. I'm 19 years old. I've been racing for 13 of those years. So I can walk and talk just as well as I can drive a car.
So Jason, this year you're primarily racing in Formula Fords?
Yes, this year I've spent my entire season in Formula Fords, which has been great. It's the first time in a car season that I've raced one car and been able to focus on the racing and testing and the development of one specific car. It's not something I've gotten the chance to do yet.
Thank you. So what did you race in the US?
A whole number of things. My first season in a car was in a Formula Enterprise, which is I would say somewhere in between an F4 and an F3. No halo, it's a sequential gearbox. It was a 2011 chassis, so it's around what the monopostos here would be racing. 185 horsepower. It's a little bit up there for me at that age. My first race was when I was 15, and I finished out the season at 16. Ended up winning that championship, so moved on to the Spec MX-5 Challenge, which was MX-5's, the Mark III cars. Did a season in that. Went back to open wheel cars. So I did some extensive testing in USF 2000. I've done some testing in USF Pro 2000. So if you're familiar with the American ladder, there's the USF Pro Championships, and they've got quite a thing going on there. It's impressive. But then I decided to make the move to continue my career over in the UK, because it was just about meeting people and finding new horizons.
Great, thank you. So Jason, why Formula Ford? We see a lot of people from your age and background head towards F4, Formula 4 in the UK.
So a couple of the reasons. The first appeal was Team USA. So that is something that's been going on for over 20 years, or I think even over 25 years. And it's been a fantastic way for American drivers to get into European racing and get a lot of publicity, because the number of drivers that have gone on to do amazing things from Team USA or using Team USA as a springboard, it's been incredible, right? Unfortunately, Team USA didn't happen, but we knew that Formula Ford in the UK was special, right? It's different than Formula Ford because it's pretty popular in the US and it's pretty popular in Australia, but the UK just does it right, you know? I mean, we're sitting here at the Walter Hayes and there's 90 cars. It's insane competition, and you don't get that anywhere else. The quality of racing, the competition, it's amazing.
So for the next step for you after Formula Ford, what's that going to look like?
In history, you see a number of drivers that have been successful in Formula Ford move up to F3 or F4 or even further. I know last year Nolan Eller went from Formula Ford to Indy Next, and he's done well in that. So it's a great grounds for learning how to drive any car. That's the best thing about Formula Ford, is it teaches you how to do anything in anything. So it's it opens a lot of doors by doing a full season in this, getting my name out there and giving myself a chance to really learn and grow as a driver.
So do you think your future will be in Europe and the UK, or would you head out to the US and look at something like maybe Indy Next?
I would say at the moment we're hoping to continue in Europe. I'm really enjoying my time here. I've met a number of people that I think, while it wouldn't be a waste to just meet and then go back to the US, it just doesn't make sense as an option for me to do what I've done and then hop back on. It's the cost effectiveness doesn't really make sense, I suppose.
So, talking about finances, is this self-financed? How do you go about getting enough money to come racing?
Yeah, so I've done a number of things. One of the challenges of racing is, of course, sponsorships, business partners, and things like that. And I'm a first generation driver. My dad has worked in IT, he's a computer guy, and he knows a lot of people, but the main thing that you always get taught as a driver when it comes to financing and sponsorships is you have to know somebody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my family didn't come from that kind of background. I remember actually when we were a lot younger, we really didn't have that much money, and my dad has made an amazing career and my mom has made an amazing career because they were able to hop on the computer trade very, very early on.
So next year, what's your plans? Is there any news you want to share with us?
It is not released, no. So unfortunately, there's no information I can share.
So you have a strategy, a plan laid out, or are you just seeing how it goes?
Honestly, like I said, I'm a first generation driver. We've been figuring this out as we go this whole time. We've been working with Gary, who's my manager, which was right place, right time kind of deal, and we're so lucky to have him. But
well, it sounds like you've got the right management team behind you and you have a plan. So how do you think this first year's been in the UK?
Obviously, so this is my first season in the UK, first season in Formula Ford.
Yeah.
I've definitely got some people to thank for it. Phil, who's the owner of PWR1, who's running me. I mean, it took some convincing from him to get me over here. It was every week he would text me saying, you know, you should come over here and do this. He'll send me pictures of the car. He'll send me this and that. And he's like, oh, I ran with this guy. And it's just this casual, just like feeding the information. I knew at a certain point, I really just sat down and thought about it. And I knew it was the right decision. And I wouldn't be here racing without Phil. And I wouldn't be where I am going next year without him either. So really thankful to him. Obviously, Gavin for providing the car. It's been fantastic this year. The platform itself, while we've got our backup engine in, the platform, like, there's no car out there that's quicker than me in the corners. There's just not. So I feel super proud with, you know, what we've been fielding this weekend. Gary and Alex have been helping me work on the car, and we've been prepping that as well. So it's been great, and of course my parents for letting me do this. Right? You cannot leave them out. So
Jason, so this is, what car is this?
This is a Ray GR22, so it's the 2022 spec of the Ray chassis. There's not much difference between, this is a Ray GR20. Sorry, that's the Ray GR22, and that over there is a Ray GR22 as well. So we've got a couple of Rays here. They've been pretty competitive so far. I think in qualifying in my heat, we had 3 Rays in the top 5, including myself. So we're competitive out there for sure. We've got a Scholar engine in the back of it.
So it's been provided by, the chassis provided by Ray?
Yes, it has been.
You're going to have to give it back?
Yes.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. It's not like I want to own a car or anything, but I've been looking for my first go-kart ever since we sold that. We've been trying to find that, and maybe when I'm a Formula 1 driver, I'll take this and hang it up in my apartment at Monaco.
That'd be cool. So, thank you, Jason, for that interview. I'm very appreciative that you gave up the time on such a busy weekend. Good luck in the final of the Walter Hayes Trophy. And I think everybody watching will be rooting for you and looking forward to what your next step is in your career. So that was Jason. What an amazing guy. So generous for him to give his time up to me. I hope you enjoyed this very short interview with him. So from me, at Silverstone, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you next time.